Hey everybody, welcome to the Falcon one-shot of Kaiju A GoGo. If you're not familiar with what Kaiju A GoGo is, or what a kaiju even is, just imagine big old Japanese monsters destroying the shit out of everything around you. That's exactly what Kaiju A GoGo kind of goes with here. Kaijus kind of had like their own, I guess, origin in, let's say, the 1954 Godzilla movie, where essentially it was kind of more of an underlying theme of the movie itself about the dangers of nuclear power, nuclear waste, and nuclear war. And as the movies kind of progressed and evolved over time, it kind of turned into kind of a little bit of a spoof where it was more just kind of corny and off the wall. And that's kind of what Kaiju A GoGo goes for, that off the wall type of kookiness. In Kaiju A GoGo, you are the mad scientist that kind of created this monstrosity to kind of destroy the world and try to siphon funds from it in a sense. And there's a little bit of an economical type of portion to the game itself. Nothing really too in-depth, but again, it's just something more silly and along those lines. I'm over here talking long enough about it. Let's get into the game and show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So let's go into new game. And right now, what I should probably state is that there's a few other kaijus that you can actually choose, but these are actually be coming in episodes in a sense. Right now, we're kind of in episode number 1, which we're playing as the mad scientist who created the Ginormasaurus, I should say. Next update, they're going to actually have Shrubby over here, which is kind of like this little pet shop of horrors type of thing. It's a little pet shop of horrors, or am I thinking the wrong movie here? But it's kind of like something like that, a little bit like Beyonce as well from the Godzilla films as well. And then for the third one, we have this giant Frankenstein type of monster over here, which is Armagordon. And created by whoever this individual is right here. But right now, the only thing available to us is Ginormasaurus, so we're going to definitely pick him. There's a few skins you could kind of go with here. I kind of like this little, like, rock metallic version, so I'm going to go with this one. So let's go ahead and select him and get into the game here. Alrighty, weekly weird news, which is Earth. Madman's Manifesto. Dr. N.E. Farias, or Nefarious if you want to go it that way. What do we have here? We have mysterious creature attacks Anchorage. That's going to be Alaska. I'm pretty sure if my geography lessons are still up to par over here. Ordinary creatures causing no alarm. Yeah. Anchorage may not fall on our maiden voyage, but any resources we can capture will be useful back at my base for building new structures and developing Ginormasaurus' abilities. And here's our mechanic in a sense. All systems go, Dr. Farias. Left click where you want Ginormasaurus to go, you automatically attack anything that gets in your pad. When it's time to go, just walk to any edge of the map, no one dares try to stop you. Which is not really true, because there's going to be a lot of people trying to stop me. So right now, this is essentially what our map is consisting of right now. The game itself is really easy to kind of get to. All you do is literally click around, and he's going to destroy anything in its pad, which is what he should be doing as a giant kaiju monster robotic type of dude. And what we want to do right now is just kind of go over here, cause some mayhem, and we're going to be accumulating some resources, so we'll kind of get into that really soon. Let's unpause the game here, and let's just kind of go over to this first house and show you what it's all about. We actually do have an ability to start off, which is a plasmoid over here. I'll show off what this does over here. Let's see, we click this and just kind of use it on this house area. The aiming on this attack is kind of really weird. It's one of the things I've been trying to get used to. But if there's anything along the, I guess, hitbox area, it'll detect that instead and attack that. So sometimes it's not really too responsive. See, for instance, I aimed at that, but it actually destroyed everything in my pad. But if I waited a bit more and then used it over here, it would probably hit now. Yes. So yeah, the hitbox detection on that can be a little bit wonky sometimes, so keep that in mind. We want to kind of bring down this apartment high-rise over here. We have some people just running out of here for their lives, which, I don't really blame them. I could go after them too, but you know what, I'm not that much of a scumbag. I kind of am, really. I guess, can I really say I'm not much of a scumbag when I'm over here just destroying buildings just for the hell of it? So all of these will have a little bit of HP. As you can see, we're having some money drop over here. We should be having our kaiju walk through those so we can pick them up in the process. A lot of the times, though, you're going to get too much involved in the destruction and the mayhem, and also the defense of the city to kind of not really go after the actual resources you're supposed to be collecting here. Essentially, for the first tutorial mission, you kind of just want to wreck shit. It doesn't tell you early on. There should be like a little bit of an objective or something just to give you an idea. But essentially what you want to do is bring Anchorage down to its knees for the most part, or cause enough havoc and destruction that eventually you'll be able to either siphon money off of them in terms of like almost blackmailing, or you could also threaten them to leave the defense council and not actually provide funds to the rest of the world. Right now we're going to have our first set of defense coming in because we're over here just causing shit and they don't really like that. I don't really blame them, but then again, what are little tanks going to do against this ginormous monster? And let me answer that question for you. They actually do a lot. Eventually you're going to actually have to start kind of getting out of here, and that's kind of like the end of the tutorial mission itself. When you've taken enough damage and you feel you're going to die, you should probably head to one of the edges of the map and get on out of here. So right now we're going to have this recon chopper. I can actually aim at him too. They're just a little bit kind of hard to kind of click to because, again, I would really love like a control function where you can kind of like use WASD to move him around, but he kind of moves in a little bit of a grid type of system here. So sometimes the response for that is a little bit difficult to kind of really get your hands on over here. But for now, I'm just going to continue destroying this stuff over here. We should be having some more defenses coming in. We have a Jeep over here. Those guys will kind of be shooting missiles at you shortly. And then down the line, you'll get some tanks and a bunch of other type of defense forces. Once you reach DEFCON 4, I've never reached DEFCON 5 just yet, but if you reach DEFCON 4, then shit really hits the wall and you'll basically have everything on you. One of the things that I really can't confirm is whether you'll be doing any sort of fighting against other monsters. I imagine that once Episode 2 comes around and you have the next scientist release his contraption or his beast, you'll probably be able to go into some, combat with that. But for the time being, right now, your only enemies really are just the infantry and the troops on ground forces over here. So I'm just kind of wrecking shit over and over. I want to get this Jeep over here to show that off. Ah, I missed the Jeep. There's a little bit of a missing function as well. You're not always going to hit every single target you're going after, so keep that in mind. Let's see if I could just kind of use my plasmid on these ground troops over here. We have some more reinforcements coming about right now. Let's see, plasmid. Can you hit those civilians over there? Oh, I was, but then that fucking light pole got in the way. God damn it. Alrighty. Yes, this is going well, and yet something is missing. More armor, or perhaps boosters. I can't forget I-beams. Though definitely needs I-beams. I should add those back at base. And also going to be some of the upgrades that you can actually acquire for your kaiju monster once you actually accumulate either the amount of money needed or the resources that we're picking up. Most of the time it'll just be food and electricity with those little batteries that we're seeing over here. I'm calling it food. They're not really food. It looks like, a big turkey leg, but in reality those are actually human samples, or, just bio samples of people that we're here destroying. So, yeah, it's kind of grim in that regard. But again, the game doesn't take itself too seriously, so neither should you. Those little people just running around for their life, don't even pay any attention to them. They're not really anybody you know. So it's alright, man. It's all a video game after all. Alright, so I'm over here just destroying this. Let me go after this college over here. Usually, bigger buildings will kind of give you better rewards. We're not just kind of messing around in the suburb area. With the boosters, you would be able to move faster. Right now, we don't have that unlocked, unfortunately, so we're just kind of really meandering about over here while we're destroying everything along the way. And again, like I said, the controls are really simple. You just click somewhere, and he'll destroy anything along the way of where you're actually headed to. We're supposed to keep looking at our HP bar right now. Oh, actually, I got some college books right there, so that's probably good to go after these college buildings for a bit here. There's also going to be a radius blast zone if you go after, say, for instance, a fuel station or something like that. The blast of that will actually affect other buildings nearby, so there is a little bit of attack when it comes to actually attacking cities like this. Alrighty, let's keep working this office building over here. Jeeps over here just kind of wrecking me. There's a tank right here. Let's go after the tank. Go after the tank. Tank, get over here. Alright, we're going to get jacked up over here in the corner. More reinforcements have arrived. Let's get this Jeep. Alright, we got the Jeep as well. Let's go with the infantry over here. Alrighty, motherfuckers, you want to do this so bad? Come over here. See what happens to you. Jeep. Go after the Jeep. Alrighty. More tanks coming about. I'm going to hang out by the edge because really soon we're going to probably have to kind of hightail it out of here. I haven't necessarily really lost just yet, and I don't really look forward to doing that anytime soon. So I'm going to hang out over here. We're at 79 HP, so we should probably start. Yeah. They're destroying my beautiful creation. I need Ginormasaurus to evacuate before it's too late. I can just get to the edge of the map. I'll be scot-free. So right now we're in danger because our HP is actually really low. I'm going to try to destroy a bit more over here, and then we're just going to hightail it the hell out of here. Now, keep in mind that each city has different types of defense forces right now, too. Anchorage only has the kind of like these little tanks over here that you're seeing, but for the most part, when we leave... you know what? 53 HP? Let's just leave now to show off some more of the game over here. So as we leave, we're going to basically acquire what we did over here. We have 29,092 battery power, 65, I think it's like information, 125 biospecimens. This bad boy over here, I still have not been able to acquire from anything, so I'm not sure what you have to go after to kind of pick that up. But as you can see over here, the Anchorage city morale is now at 78, and the city damage is 11.4, so let's exit the city. Ginormasaurus returns to the city. But do not think you have won, Anchorage. I shall return, I will build up my base, upgrade my creation, and destroy you all. So in the meantime, he does actually have to make it back over here, and the good thing about that is you can actually speed up the time to do that. It's going to take a while for Ginormasaurus to return to the base. You can use the arrows at the top right corner besides the clock to advance time faster or slower. You can do that in your base as well. You've got better things to do than stare at the screen all day, you're telling me. So what we're going to do is actually just speed it up over here. I will show you what goes on in the base pretty soon. We could speed this up even further if I want to. So here we are back in the base. Once we get over here, we'll basically get all the money we picked up into our funds back in the base. So we're up to 79,000, 142 power, 75 knowledge, 175 biomatter, and this is going to be purplutonium. That's the one that I still have not acquired anytime soon. Click to continue over here. Let's slow her down here a little bit. Your evil accountants have prepared a monthly report for all resources, gains, and losses. Base buildings can produce resources, but also cost money to maintain. Remember though, cities will repair progress made against them over time, so don't expect cities to stay ruined for long. So, that's actually a pretty interesting thing. If you leave us, a place alone for a while, they will recover over time, so it's kind of best to kind of come back to Anchorage to kind of strong-arm them into either abandoning the World Defense Council or try to siphon some money off of them kind of soon. Alright, so here's our monthly update right now with our evil accountants. Workers angry at the poor performance of the KDF and Descartes go on strike and drive reconstruction costs through the roof, which will also have to be fixed. Oh, this is actually interesting. I don't think I did really good on my first time around playing this game, so I didn't get this report, but apparently these actually happen over time if you do pretty good at the area they actually destroyed, so that's actually pretty interesting. Citizens are losing faith in their governments and violent protests break out across Sydney. People doing the kaiju's work for them? Surely things cannot get any darker. Yeah, you're telling me. Alright, so let's actually slow her down here completely. Let's go into the secret base right now and show you what this is all about here. Home sweet home. This is our new secret island base. As you can see, it's a little overgrown, but it has just a lot of potential. Click on the bulldozer button and click on any jungle tile to assign a work crew to clear away the forest and prepare the ground for construction. Clearing costs money and gets more expensive each time. You can also build facilities, repair, and upgrade Ginormasaurus here. Try pressing buttons at random, that's what I do. Oh yeah, don't forget you can speed up the clock by pressing the arrows in the top left-hand corner. And by the way, you'll probably be doing that a lot because when you're waiting around for repairs and resource or upgrades to take place, you're going to have to wait around, so keep that in mind. Alright, so right here you can essentially clear some land. We're going to do this just for the sake of this one-shot video here. Need more space? Click on the area where you want to clear and we'll defoliate that area for you. This is something that I don't think I really need early on, but just to show it off. Let's come over here and clear this part of the land over here. It's going to cost me 25,000 in 7 days to do so, so let's go ahead and do that. That'll be getting done over here. In the meantime, we also want to repair our kaiju here, so let's go to kaiju. Alrighty, so here in the training menu is where you can essentially pick up some more extra skills for your kaiju. For instance, I talked about the booster, and this will be it right here. For the booster itself, you cannot train because right now you are actually recovering the kaiju. So as he hangs on in the base, he will be getting recovered by himself over time. But right now, to pick this up, we'll need 15,000, 5 energy, 5 knowledge, 5 biospecimens, luckily no purplutonium, in 4 days. But right now, we're kind of waiting for our kaiju to heal up here. So what I could do in the meantime is just go into the secret base, speed time up over here, and as you can see right here, that's him healing right now. So it's going to take us probably like 2 days overall to kind of get him back up and running. So, in doing so, Ginormasaurus repairs are complete. Now, let's go to the world map here really quickly. Let's take a look at Anchorage right now, for instance. Anchorage right now, remember we're at 11-something damage. Right now, it's down to 6.3. So the more time you spend healing your kaiju or training abilities, they will be recovering their city over time, meaning the morale will go back up. This is what I talked about, the whole threaten the city. You could attack the city again to do some more damage. If we threaten them right now, honestly, nothing would really happen because they've only been attacked once. So it takes a few more assaults to kind of get them to kind of either pay you the city's monthly wages this month. They could have them opt out. The city won't contribute to the region's defense budget, or you could have them surrender if you've done enough damage over time. But right now, because they're at 6.3, I really doubt anything of this is going to work out. But let's try it out. Let's do a pay me their monthly fees and see what happens. I doubt it's going to work, but so be it. Anchorage, Alaska, the 3rd busiest cargo airport in the world and a major hub of northern petroleum industry. It should be nicely flammable. Anchorage has refused my threat. They will soon regret their decision. And again, as I mentioned, they were not going to give up anything right now. Because, we've barely only been there once. Let me go into the training menu and show what this is about here. So the booster, for instance, will kind of speed your kaiju up in the maps, which is actually really ideal. It's telling me to have inefficient resources because I spend a lot of money on actually clearing out that forest to show you what that was all about. So it's unfortunate for me because we won't be able to do that right now. We could actually go for the I-beam though, or this is the armor, which costs too much money. So we'll do the I-beam just for the hell of it then. This is going to take us, train the I-beams, 5 days, go right on ahead. So we're kind of really broke right now, aren't we? Summary. Yeah, we're not really looking too good in terms of the money funds area right now. But so be it. So right now he's training always going to cost us 5 days. Let's speed up time over here. Unfortunately for us, during this time that we're training, Anchor's going to be up and running again. So instead of going over there, I will show you another city, and then we'll probably just wrap up the video over here. From here, you can lay out plans for new buildings. There are 4 categories of buildings that you can choose from, and many buildings will unlock new and improved buildings when you can construct them. The training facility is especially important because it lets you upgrade Ginormasaurus, sir. So we could actually do an organic processor, fission plant, and a fusion plant. That's for production. There's storage as well. Defense? Ooh. So at some point, they're going to probably come and attack our island too. This is actually pretty interesting. I was not aware of all this. Alright, never mind. I'm full of shit. This is an important part of the game too. By the way, all these colors of the... What are these, fucking flags now? Will tell you the difficulty involved over here. So this, for instance, the green one is Tier 1. Panama City would be, I believe, Tier 2. Yeah, and it'll give you a little bit of information about what they do. Blue is going to be Tier 3. And again, I love the information about each and every single area right here. So Rio de Janeiro would be the hard one over here in South America. Let's go over to Albuquerque then and attack the city really quickly. And we'll probably just end the video after we get there. I'm just over here just going crazy on America. That's unfortunate for them. Ginormasaurus. Alrighty, so let's zoom out here really quickly. And we have Albuquerque over here, which is kind of more of a rural type of area. Really nothing too crazy going on over here. Never been to Albuquerque myself, but there it is. So let's actually actually can't speed it up because we don't have the boosters. I forgot about that. It's unfortunate. But let's check out my I-beams over here. See how this works out. Okay. Nice. So the I-beams will kind of give you a little bit of a line of attack, which is probably better than the plasmids, that's for sure. We're going to work in a small office over here. Take her down. We have some more offices already. I'm trying to find something monumental, so for that I probably would have to go over to the center of the city here. But unfortunately, like I mentioned, in order to get over there, he has to wreck everything in its way, because he can't just leave it around. He can't just take the streets and take like the U-turns and the, you know, shot out cross and stop signs over here. He just basically has to stop and kill everything along the way. We could kind of move around here though. What is this? Metropolitan Court Office. That would be pretty cool. And we also have the Albuquerque Convention Center. Alright, so I'm going to click over here and see how far he gets into this, but we're going to probably start wrapping it up here really soon. Again, this is Kaiju A GoGo in a nutshell. Really, really fun game. I'm actually really looking forward to what goes on later in the game, because the whole defense function of the island itself really kind of interests me with the turrets and everything like that. And I have to imagine at some point the World Council will actually take the fight to us, and then, more importantly, when Episode 2 and 3 come out, you'll probably be able to do the whole Kaiju against Kaiju type of thing, so that's actually pretty interesting as well. There's a fire station over here. Fire hall, I should say. Let's do another I-beam. Oh yeah! Ha ha ha! Reinforcements have arrived. Too bad. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna call an episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like. If you are interested in Kaiju A GoGo, check out the description below. We'll have a link over there for you to check it out. If you'd like me to play some more Kaiju A GoGo or doing a more intensive series on it, let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you next time.